Well, hello. Oh, oh God. Oh dear, dear. Sorry, I'm not in the best of form, people, because just before coming on, I had a flashback of the moth that had gotten into me kitchen. I don't know if you remember me talking about the moth. It was quite a scary experience. There I was in the kitchen, opening up the cupboard where I keep the 20-kilogram sack of pistachio nuts, and out came this moth with its red eyes, and it was all hairy and fluttering, and it scared the absolute hell out of me. Oh God, what an ordeal. Oh dear me, dear me. I hope it doesn't happen to you. I hope you don't end up with a moth in your kitchen. Quite scary. Oh, I better change me tune here to wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day. Oh, it's come round again. It's very hard to believe that it was only 12 months ago when we had the last Valentine's Day. So I've got me Monty Burns. So I've got me Monty Burns letter opener at the ready, Monty Burns style letter opener at the ready, and I'm ready and willing to open up the Valentine's Day cards. Unfortunately, only 3 cards have come in, which is quite disappointing for a person of my, of my caliber, of my importance. To only get 3 cards is quite a travesty, really, and that's not understating it. So let me just open up my first card here, people. Okay, right. All right, that's it's got a picture. It's got a picture of a. It's got a picture of a heart, but it's half heart and half human. It's a heart with arms and legs and a face. Oh, that's absolutely adorable. That's very nice. And let's see what it says here. It says, "Dear Millennial Moans, we miss you at the club. Hope you get over the clap as soon as possible." Okay, right. I think they have mistaken the person here. They're probably confusing me with another Millennial Moans. Yes, I think that's probably what's going on here, because I do not. I can vouch for myself here that I do not have the characteristics of the person that's being addressed in this card. Let's just put it that way. So, I'm very sorry. It's from a guy called Giorgio Miguel. I'm very sorry, Giorgio Miguel. You've obviously sent your Valentine's Day card to a different Millennial Moans. So, I'll just have a look at the front of the card. Yes, I looked at that. Yes, I looked at that already. That was the half human, half heart. I do thank you for the card, Giorgio Miguel. But next time, make sure you jot down the correct address, because otherwise, you're going to end up sending it to the wrong person, which has obviously happened here. Okay, let me open up my second card here, reaching across. Okay. Okay, this card comes from Frederick Mercurio. It says, "Wishing you the best for Valentine's Day, Millennial Moans. Here's a drawing of my pulsing hairy godrod." So he's enclosed a photo of his godrod. That's very kind of you. That's really kind of you, Frederick Mercurio. I'm sort of blushing here at your generosity. You're enclosing that card. Also, the cash, sizable amount of cash. I also want to say that previous card from Giorgio Miguel was also stuffed with cash. So I'll be keeping the cash, Giorgio, but obviously I'll be throwing out the card, because it's obviously not for me, the card. The cash might have been for me, but I'm sure the card was for a different Millennial Moans. Anyway, getting back to Frederick Mercurio's card here, that's an absolutely adorable godrod. Thank you very much for that, and also thanks for the wad of cash. And by the way, just in case people are going crazy in the live chat, let me go on the record to say that there's nothing faggoty about men sending each other dick pics, all right, especially on Valentine's Day. Okay, right, let's go to the final card of the night here, guys. Let's open it up. Okay, I'm trying to get it here. Okay, right, and I've taken it out. Okay, let's see. And it's got a picture on the front. Oh, that's adorable. That's absolutely adorable. It's a picture of a Cupid, and at the end of his arrow is a heart. That's absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. That's about as adorable as Frederick Mercurio's Godrod photo. It's up there. It's probably on the same level as of adorability. It says in the card, "You're the only Moans for me. Greetings. Greetings on the day of romance. Sincerely yours forever, Jimmy Savile's Ghost." Okay, that's quite generous, Jimmy Savile's Ghost. Now, I'm pretty sure that's not Jimmy Savile's Ghost. But let me just say that I was a big fan of Jimmy back in the day. I was a big fan of all his TV work and his radio work and his charity work. He was a very charitable individual. And I was especially fond of his show, Jim'll Fix It. I actually called in a few times, and I remember once I had a problem. It was back when I was a wee lad, and I phoned up Jimmy, and you're not going to believe it. The next day he came into me house unannounced when my parents were out. Oh, it was a lovely little visit, and very kind of him, and it was a life-changing experience for a young Scottish bucko like myself to have Jimmy Savile calling up to your house. Back then he was like royalty. He was actually in with the royals. A very close friend of the current King of England. So, it was really nice. You felt like you were aristocracy when Jimmy Savile called into you, And then, there was the time I was in the hospital. I was getting my appendix out, and Jimmy called into the hospital unannounced, and he didn't just come in and spend, a considerable amount of time with myself. He also spent a considerable amount of time with all the other kids in the ward. That was Jimmy for you. He'd a big heart. He wore his heart on his sleeve. We're talking about Valentine's Day here, and if there was one man in Britain who really wore his heart on his sleeve, it was Jimmy Savile. A great guy. But I presume this is a wind-up. I presume it's not really Jimmy Savile's ghost. But I do thank you for the considerable amount of cash that you have enclosed in that card. It's very much appreciated. And the photo it's a photo of the Duchess, which is not actually a Duchess, it's Jimmy Savile's mother. Oh, that's quite nice. That's quite nice. I'll keep that photo of the Duchess and, put it in a drawer, and I'll take it out and look at it every so often. So thank you very much for that, Jimmy Savile's Ghost. All right. Oh God, I was just thinking about that moth there again. Oh dear me, that was just terrible. That experience really has haunted me. It's very hard to get over something like that. You've got your mind on a big handful of pistachio nuts, and next minute there's a moth fluttering right in front of you. God, it was terrible. God, it was terrible. I want to say, people, censorship is absolutely terrible. I really don't like censorship. I don't like people saying what you can, telling you what you can say and what you can't say. I don't believe in censorship at all. I think we should end it. By the way, I got kicked off Twitter once. It was a horrible experience. Really felt the boot of censorship giving me a right kick up the rear end. Oh, it was terrible. Oh God. I think I'm pretty sure I've talked to you before about being kicked off Twitter. Oh God, it was terrible. So censorship, I'm really, really against censorship. Now let's look at the live chat here. There's a comment here from David421. He wants to know why all me Valentine's cards are from men. Okay, right. And there's a woman in there called Helen, and she's saying because women get turned off by men cooing over cards and crappy childlike drawings. Okay, mods, there should be about 80 mods in there. I want you to make sure that Helen is kicked out forever. She's gone. I want you to censor Helen. I don't want her running down me in front of everyone. So make sure, okay, she's been booted out. It's very important to have about 80 mods in your live chat to snuff out any sort of questions or any sort of thing that goes against the orthodoxy. Let's just get along here. Let's just be nice to each other and hold hands around the fire. Look into each other's eyes and say, isn't it great that we agree completely on every single facet of existence? So I better go, guys. Wishing you a happy Valentine's Day. I should also say, people, that Valentine's Day, officially it finishes at 12 o'clock tonight, but here on the Millennial Moans channel, you can continue sending in your Valentine's Day cards if they're stuffed with cash, or alternatively a check that can be converted into cash. So Valentine's Day officially finishes, but here we're very romantic here on the Millennial Moans channel, and we're willing to accept your Valentine's Day cards with money in them for the foreseeable future. So I want to go out now, but before I finish this, I want to pretend that I'm suddenly in a very vulnerable emotional state, so that people will feel sorry for me at the end of my video. So I'm trying to make myself sad here, trying to think of something sad. I was just thinking there, oh God, I was just thinking there. Do you remember I was opening the Christmas cards? Do you remember there was a picture of a robin on a wee post box with the snow in it? Oh God, it was so adorable. It's really adorable. It was really adorable, but also quite sad, because that wee robin was born, it hatched out of an egg, had the whole world in front of it, probably had plans, probably wanted to become a very famous artist, maybe to become a tycoon, maybe to have little robins, maybe it wanted to fly as high as it could. But then there's the reality that in a very short time that robin's going to be old. It'll be too old to fly, and it'll be torn apart by the foxes. Oh God, and then its body will be eaten by maggots. That's the fate that awaits us all. It awaits us all. The maggots in the ground eating us up. Oh God, oh dear me, oh God, oh dear me, oh God. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.